Good day guys and welcome to another edition of Celtic Fitness SA. Today I'm going to be doing a short presentation for you on sports and young athletes of the Special Populations Group. Today I have with me Natasha Jansen van Rensburg. She's going to be assisting me just with her expertise with regards to presentations as she does them on a daily basis at Propal, which is the financial company that she works for. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Hi guys, we're about to start our presentation now. As you can see here, sports and young athletes, as I mentioned to you guys, special populations will be the young athletes of this group. Natasha Jansen van Rensburg's with us at the moment. She's just sitting across from me just to make sure that I don't mess up too much today. Great, let's go on. Our purpose of this presentation will be the benefits and difference of young and adult athletes, which will become quite apparent. What are sports? Who are young athletes? Benefits of these sports, differences between young athletes and adult athletes, why young athletes participate in these sports, sport participation and injuries to prevention, sports supplements, why young athletes drop out of sports, very important, 3 pillars for training, program designed for the adult athlete. So we're moving on. What are sports? Basic question. Sports or sport is a form of usually competitive physical activity, which through casual or organized participation aim to use, maintain or improve physical ability and skills while providing entertainment to participants and in some cases spectators. Now that's very important for the young athlete because things need to be fun and entertaining, otherwise what's the point for the young athlete? Moving on to who are our young athletes. Young athletes are a category of athletes who compete under the age of 18 years old. Problems with adolescence. Basically the problem with this is they're under 18 years old, so there can be various problems which we will touch on now. Athletics for adolescents can provide a way to learn very significant life skills and fun and enjoyable manner, which is quite basic. Okay, moving on. Benefits of sport activities. Sports help physical development, mainly for the young athletes. Sports help cognitive and academic development. Sports help psychological development. They help social development, games and teams, miniature social systems created by the coaches as well as the teachers in the environment. Sports help character development, very important. Moving on. Differences between young athletes and adult athletes. Again, this should be very straightforward with you guys. As we go here, we see a list of young. Young athletes are still growing. Body, physicality, psychologically as well. Young athletes vary in size and maturity. Can injure growth plates, which basically means different parts of their bodies can injure very easily as they progress through their progression of their bodies. Young athletes are very flexible as well. We go over here to our adult. Adult athletes are fully grown, common knowledge. Adult athletes do not injure as easily as they are full size and reach their full strengths. So obviously their bodies are more hardened to the environments and to the sports that they're competing in. Adult athletes are much less flexible, obviously the polar opposites of the young ones. Moving on to which young adult athletes participate in sports. Obviously young to have fun, to improve skills, to be with friends, to be part of a team. This is very important for the young ones. To experience excitement, to receive rewards, of course to win, and to become physically fit, which obviously for a lot of young kids, depending on their build, can be a big change for them. As you can see here, and I just wanted to create a bit of a contrast for you guys to see here. A lot of the points on this side match the points on the young side. So I wanted you guys to also know that there aren't that many differences when it comes to participation between the young and the adult. Again, the adults want to gain fame in their sports, of course. It depends. Like, got Conor McGregor as a good example. Of course, to win again, be part of a team, and as you can see, very similar here, except for the fame and the wealth gain. Moving on. Sport participation and injuries. Again, this is one of the very important points here that you guys need to make note of. It's caused by sudden trauma, such as a twist, fall, or collision. This can be in any situation, in any sport. Common acute injuries include broken bones, sprains, can be ligaments, strains, muscle and tendon injuries, cuts and or bruises. Most acute injuries should be evaluated by a doctor. Proper first aid will minimize swelling and help the doctor establish an accurate diagnosis on what these injuries may be. Moving on, we've got strategies for preventing sport injuries. We'll go a quick run through for this. Be in proper physical condition to play a sport, that goes without saying. Your coach will not put you, as far as I understand, into a situation that he does not think you can handle. Know and abide by the rules of a sport. Very important to learn at a young age. Wear appropriate protective gear. For example, shin guards for soccer, a hard shell helmet when facing a baseball pitcher, a helmet and body padding for ice hockey. Don't want to damage any, as we mentioned now with those injuries to the ligaments. Know how to correctly use athletic equipment, for example, adjusting the bindings on snow skis. We won't have any of that in South Africa, which is a good thing, but just for extra information. Always warm up before playing. This is common knowledge for athletes, guys in the gym, all around. Stay hydrated. Avoid playing when very tired or in pain. Atmosphere of healthy competition. Very important for the young athlete to learn at a young age to take through as they grow older. Okay, female young athletes, of course. Female athlete who focuses on being thin or lightweight may eat too little or exercise too much. Doing this can cause long-term health damage. They need to find a good, healthy balance between those 2 points. 3 interrelated illnesses may develop when a girl or young woman goes to extremes in dieting or exercise. Together, these conditions are known to the female athlete as the female athlete triad. The 3 conditions are disorderly eating, menstrual dysfunction, premature osteoporosis, which is the low density, obviously, for the age of the young one. Very important to take note of for the ladies. Sports supplements. Of course, this is probably my field of expertise here. Many athletes of all ages take sports supplements such as creatine, because I think it will increase strength and improve sports performance. Please remember to take a break between your creatine, guys. It can damage your kidneys. The US Food and Drug Administration does not regulate nutritional supplements. I just wanted to put that in there because the US is the biggest distributor of supplements all around the world, so that is definitely something to take note of. There's also not enough research on the long-term health effects of taking sports supplements, especially in adolescents and children who are still growing. My general advice would be consult with the doctor first as well as a parent before taking any supplements for the young athlete. Always take advice from a doctor before taking nutritional supplements. That's including creatine and other supplements. Moving on. Why young athletes drop out of sports? Please don't drop out of sports, guys, if you enjoy it. Losing interest. Move on to a different sport. I'm sure they'll find something that you enjoy. Not having fun. Took too much time. Coach was a poor teacher. Hey. There was too much pressure. I wanted a non-sport activity. I was tired of it. Please, guys, this non-sport activity, do not play Fortnite and all these online games. You want to actually get out there. I was tired of it. The sport was boring. There was an overemphasis on winning. These points are all very important for a young athlete to actually go through the sports that he doesn't enjoy. Find something that he does. I guarantee you there's enough out there. At least one will be enjoyed by them. Moving on. Keeping young athletes healthy and fit. Again, touching on the same points as before, just a little more intricate. Proper preparation for being healthy and fit. A balanced body, proper warm-up, stretching, and strength training exercise are essential for athletes involved in any type of sports. And we did touch on this earlier. Young athletes should begin with a slow jog as a general warm-up. If you'll see in my previous videos, we always start off with the jog and the warm-ups. Followed by a sport-specific warm-up, they should then stretch all the major muscle groups that they are using inside of the sport. Proper technique and supervision. Again, very important for the young athlete to make sure that the coach or whoever's training them, fitness trainer, to ensure that they're doing the correct form as well as the correct movements in the sport they're doing. Moving on. Encouraging young athletes, in this case children as well, to wear proper equipment, eat healthy meals, maintain a healthy weight, drink water, drink milk, avoid sugar-loaded, caffeinated and carbonated drinks. I mean, when we were kids, we never had anything caffeinated, so let's stay away from that. It's not necessary. Follow a warm-up routine, take vitamins daily, avoid trendy supplements, and get plenty of rests. No late night gaming for you boys and girls out there. Moving on, sports training for young athletes. As you can see, I just added a picture with the coach. As you can see, all the young lads here are watching exactly what he's doing. He shows them first before they do the activity. So he needs to be very knowledgeable of what he's doing. Sports conditioning coaches are in a good position to help younger athletes perform at their peak, as long as they understand what they are doing. From a coaching perspective, understanding athletic ability and potential gives greater vision in athlete selection and overall team development. As you can see, this team is going to rely highly on each other. This lad's just got to wake up a little bit there. Okay, moving on. 3 pillars for training. These are my 3 favorite points to remember. If you don't take anything else from this slides, remember this. Number 1, sport movement, agility, quickness, multi-directional speed, external reaction skills, coordination, acceleration, and deceleration. We will touch on this at a later stage of the video, but this is just a general breakdown of the 3 pillars. Just remember these. Sport strength, muscular, whole body, multi-joint strength, muscular endurance, explosive power, recovery, efficiency. Sport balance, stability, kinesthetics, awareness, proprioception, neuromuscular pathways, transitional balance, and internal reactivity. Sorry, I lost my words there for a second. Basically, now these 3 points, you need to basically instruct yourself to remember these 3 pillars at a young age for the young athlete so that you can take these with you as you grow older, as you develop more into your sport. They're basically the pillars of foundation, as I like to call them, for your training. So moving on, program designed for the adult athlete. We'll just touch on this quickly because this is a presentation on the young athlete. Improve fitness, increase athleticism, build the physical tools of sports participation draws on. Provide immediate upgrades to the experience of playing sports. Give athletes the physicality to excel at any sports they may pick up along the way. Produce results that improve sports competence, keeps athletes inside of the game that they are performing. Provide an experience that will secure a positive link between working out and feeling good about sports. If you do not have that correlation between the two, it's not going to work. Okay, as I said, we're just touching on that. Rights of younger athletes. Right of the opportunity to participate. Right to participate at a level that is commensurate with each child's development level. Do not offer them something that they cannot achieve or something that is too easy. Right to have qualified adult leadership, as we've touched on. Right to participate in safe and healthy environments. Right of each child to share in the leadership and decision making of his or her sport participation. Make them feel part of the team. Positive and negative role of friends in sports. I think these guys have been drinking a bit too much. Maybe it's not the appropriate picture. But if you go here, companionship, they definitely have that. Enhancement of self-esteem. Help and guidance. Pro-social behavior. Intimacy, emotional support, conflict resolution. Then you go over to betrayal, attractive personal qualities, and conflict. Again, you can easily differentiate between the positive and the negative aspects of these. You've got companionship, and we go over to betrayal. Those are two polar opposites of one another. In sport, it's very important. If your team is not correlating well with one another, working well, it's not going to work. Moving on, we're done. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys do your best out there. And for the young athletes and adult athletes, I hope this was informative for you, and thanks for your time.